Yo, what's wavy, baby? Welcome back to the Wavy Cave from Wavy Wednesdays. And on today's installment, I would like to talk about something that I have pioneered, so to speak. It is a theory that I have dubbed the initial activation energy of life, right? What does that mean, Dari? What's the initial activation energy? Well, random person who I randomly gave a high-pitched voice to, I'm glad that you asked. So, I've got my notes here, because this shit is official, nigga. Gotta make sure that I say what I mean, you feel me? Like, I got my legal notepad. What y'all niggas know about legal notepad? What? All right.
This Chicago, nigga.
Maybach music.
So, another word or another phrase that we can use to talk about the initial activation energy of life is the initial irritation energy or inherent activation energy, right? And so what it basically is have you ever experienced when you really want to do something, right? Like something that's good for you, maybe it's going to the gym, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's drawing something, painting something, maybe it's shooting a video, right? And like as soon as you sit down to do it, you just get a little annoyed. You get frustrated. Things are going wrong. Your camera's not charged. Maybe the light's not working. Maybe the mic's not working. This microphone, the receiver, it goes fucking banana bonkers all the fucking time, right? What do you do when you experience that energy? Or maybe the drawing is not coming out the way you want it to be. Maybe you can't record the video the way you want it to come out, and you just get frustrated. You get annoyed. And most of us, we stop there, right? So that's cool. So if we were to draw like a curve, right, of life's energy, that's at the base here, right? We're just starting out. We're not even at the little incline yet. And if we stop there, we're never gonna get any better, right? And a lot of life is just being able to get over that initial irritation hump so that you can shoot up into that flow state, right? There's a basketball anime, I think it's Kuroko no Basket, and they like dramatize the flow state, all that kind of stuff. It's really, anime-esque, whatever, right? And that being said, the flow state is a real thing, right? It is achievable by human beings. And once you get in that shit, bro, I swear nothing feels better than just being in the flow state. When you're just like locked in, you're writing, you're drawing, or whatever, and you're just like 3 hours pass, you don't even notice because you're so locked in, right? And if you haven't experienced that, please, I beg you, do something you love, lock into it for 3 hours, and you'll come back to this video and be like, yeah, that shit is like better than drugs, right? So the way, unfortunately, to get to that flow state is through the inherent activation energy or the initial irritation energy that we referenced before, right? So how do you get through that shit? Bro, honestly, you just gotta lock in, bro. You just gotta like ignore that feeling and understand that you're ignoring it for a good cause. Like understand that, bro, once I get over this irritation and this annoyance, the feeling that I'm gonna experience is gonna be so euphoric that's gonna be worth all the annoyance that I feel right now, right? So when you feel that initial annoyance, you're like, damn, this drawing is not the way I want it to come out. You do another drawing, you're like, fuck, this shit sucks. You do another drawing, you're like, God damn it, maybe I just suck, right? You just gotta keep drawing. And then eventually, you're gonna be drawing and 3 hours are gonna pass. You're gonna be like, wait, damn, I don't suck anymore. Wait, this shit actually tough, bro. But you gotta get annoyed first, right? And you also have to create an environment that is amenable to creating, right? Or doing whatever it is you're doing, right? If you're studying, maybe you need a quiet environment. Maybe you need a nice little ambiance, some mood lighting, some smooth jazz. Here's a little reference for you, or a song that you might like to study to or relax to. It's called Playing the Game by Via Vodavoz, I think the name is. It's royalty free and it's amazing. I'll play a little clip for you, maybe not. I don't know. And so once you're able to like unlock that flow state, bro, you use it for whatever your passion is, right? Or you can also use it to, do things you're not passionate about, but it doesn't really work as well because it's a lot harder to lock into something that you're not really like feeling like that, like you ever like see a person who you're kind of attracted to and you're like talking to them, but like the more you talk to them, the more you notice like things in their face. It's like, why is that mole right on their cheek? Why are their eyes? Why do they do that weird blinking thing with their eyes? This is not what I thought it would be anyway, but I digress. And the last thing that I want to say about the inherent activation energy or the initial irritation energy is that it is the key to success. Like learning that patience, learning how to just woosah, you know, because there are a lot of times I'll shoot, camera's not charged, the receiver's not working, light bulb bursts, you know, and you just gotta swallow it, gotta keep moving forward. Swallow it, keep moving forward. Swallow it, keep moving forward, you know, because patience is a virtue. Whoever said that, you know, they went crazy because it's true. You feel me? And the only way to be a successful person is to be a patient person, and mastering that initial irritation energy is like patience, dead weight lifting, bro. Like that shit is just like wu wei, you know. You just do it, you know. So the next time you're trying to do something difficult or you're trying to do something new, especially with new things, when you're learning new skills and you're not okay with being a baby at something, you're gonna be really frustrated. Like me, I like being good at things. I like to win. So when I'm not winning, I get a little frustrated, right? So just know that this is part of the process. I think a lot of people think that like, I'm not supposed to feel like this. This is something that I'm supposed to love, right? No, you're supposed to get a little annoyed as soon as you first sit down, right? But then you work through it and then you get better at it, right? So that's all I got for you this week from the Wavy Cave. I hope you stick around for the rest of the episode of this week's Wavy Wednesdays, only on Wavy Dawn, because we're going to have a lot of cool stuff for you, a lot of interesting ideas, a lot of inspiring ideas, and some cool music or some cool art. Maybe some cool interviews with some cool people who are going to put you on to some new and inspiring ideas. So please stick around for that. Most importantly, do not forget, stay tuned and stay wavy.
Okay, hold on, bro. Where the fuck?
Oh no, I went these,
Oh, that's tough. I ain't even, bro. That's actually tough, bro.
Welcome back to Wavy Weekly. We have a very special episode and even more special guest, Mr. Tyron Lightford. Mr. Tyron Lightford. Thank you for joining us today.
No problem.
And I'm gonna just get straight into it, bro. Like, okay, so as somebody who is much closer to the front lines than myself or Mansoor, like, how like close are we to actually seeing like a mass international conflict right now?
How close we are?
Yeah, like on a scale of 1 to 10.
As of right now, it's pretty much handled and controlled from our view of it.
Right.
But on the outside, it looks like chaotic.
Right.
But I'll say about a 6 or 7.
Okay. So for all those who are not in the know, Mr. Lightford's in the Army. So like, what were some of your thoughts on on the, what was it, No Kings protest or whatever it's called?
Yeah, it was No Kings protest, and then where I was in Long Beach, it was the anti-ICE
Right.
protest. That was very chaotic.
Yeah.
Very chaotic. It's more so people standing on what they believe, but taking the wrong steps to do so.
Okay.
People believe chaos and violence gets the answer across when it just makes us shut it out even more. Because now we know when we bring that topic up again, it's going to be more riots.
Right.
So we're going to choose to avoid that from here on out.
Right.
So while I was there, I just feel like people could have took different approaches and different viewpoints to really be heard than destroy the city.
Right.
One question I have: what is the Army standard approach? Like, how would you guys like to protest to be like done?
Controlled. Like, you could still protest in the streets, block off some of the streets, walk, get your message across, but setting fires to different buildings, cars, throwing bricks and concrete off the bridges onto other cars.
Okay, here's one question that I have, because this is something that like the public talks about like 24/7. Insiders. So
That's something you
bro,
want to know
because
about.
it's like, cause my nigga, not me, bro. Look, all I'm saying is, bro, the memes niggas don't make memes for no reason. When you make memes, that shit viral.
Right.
That's all I gotta say. When you got niggas making CIA memes and shit, cause it's like, imagine, right? Niggas want to protest, and it is control, and it's cool.
Right.
Then the insider is like, all right,
Just throw a Molotov cocktail in a target.
yeah. I mean, what? How would we even? I guess what I'm trying to ask is, how would we even address that?
How do what?
Insiders
Insiders?
You ever heard like a sleeper cell?
Yeah.
in a protest.
And literally in a protest, like
So,
say
like-
breaking into a building in Philly, for example. Like say if an insider started that, niggas ran in.
And then people just followed after.
Yeah.
That is real. That is 100% real. Sometimes it be off-duty cops that get told to go do it, or like I said, insiders, somebody nobody really knows, that might get bassed up, might
Right.
break open the window, and then people see that and automatically run in.
Right.
That's normal for that to happen in protests. The George Floyd protest example.
Yeah.
If you really do your research and really pay attention, a lot of the people that started breaking into and looting was people off duty. That's why they was masked up. They spray paint some stuff, breaking stuff, and then they leave. They don't even go in the store. They leave and let everybody else go in the store. So that you can't really control more so. It's just because you can't protect every store, or protect every building or car. It's just gonna happen. I mean, in my opinion, I find it dumb. I find it kind of be like a what's it called? A divergent. Divergent.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the riots and all that's happening now. I feel like they're using that to distract the public from what's really going on,
Which is?
which is the whole ISIS bombing that's going on.
We're in Israel right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you allowed to have like public stances on stuff like that, or does it kind of like do you
Yeah.
kind of
With us, we can't really get into politics and public stances
Right.
because it kind of goes against what we signed up for. So to have like a public opinion on politics, but everybody has their own different opinion. We just can't really voice it as we wanted to. Like protests, we can't really protest unless it goes against our moral background.
Right.
But other than that, we can't really do nothing.
And like, does that weigh on you, or is that kind of like you know what you signed up for, it's just part of the job type shit? Like, what's your
Yeah, it still weigh on you while you're doing your job.
right?
But as long as you know why you're doing it, like when I was at the when I was watching the anti-ICE protest, I wanted to be out there protesting,
Yeah.
but it's like, this is what I signed up for. This is my job. So you sitting there, you watch how passionate everybody feel. You feel the exact same way, but you gotta sit there and just watch. There's not much you can do,
Right.
especially not in uniform.
Yeah.
True, especially not in the uniform. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, exactly. So like niggas would know like exactly what to say and what not to say. So it's like, damn, I guess.
Okay, from the jump, right? Civilian like us.
Uh-huh.
What's step one?
Into joining?
Yeah, so like take us walk. So it's like last year, you know, I was teaching. I left the school. I interviewed with the National Guard just to like see my options and shit. I did the like a ASVAB.
Oh, the ASVAB testing
teaser thing, whatever. And then told me how to cut my hair. I was like, fuck y'all, and that was as far as I got. So I'm assuming something similar happened or something different, like.
Yes, it all depends on the branch, to be honest.
Okay.
But with every branch, you do have to take the ASVAB.
Right.
The ASVAB is just basically so they can see where your knowledge is and what job you qualify for.
Right.
They got math, reading comprehension, science, mechanical. It's like 6 to 7 different topics on the ASVAB. It takes about an hour, 2 hours to take.
Right.
But I say the first step for anybody that's thinking about joining, you have to get you have to put your pride to the side. You have to learn how to take order. Because first thing you do, people think, oh yeah, when I get there, it's going to be sweet. I got this. But not a lot of people can handle the pressure of you standing there not doing nothing. And like 4 people is standing this close to your face,
screaming,
yelling at you.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people. I saw a bunch of people cry, swing on the sergeant.
No way.
Crack under pressure, have a panic attack, get sent home, all within the first day of everybody flying out there. So I say you definitely have to learn to take and put your pride to the side and not say, oh, why he yelling in my face? If we was back home, if he was out in his uniform. You gotta put that to the side and realize you joined for a reason. You signed your name across that line for a reason. You just have to stick that out. So that's definitely one part. The main part I say people gotta put their pride to the side about.
Yeah, it makes sense. Shit.
And say so, you get in, you know have that first kind of test, whatever. You pass that test. So how long is like is it 6 months, like the first kind of like initial training session?
So you could do, it's 2 different options where you can do. The first option is you do basic training, which is 3 months, and then you go back to school, finish school, and then after school you come and do your AIT. AIT is advanced individual training. It's just like the training for your job that you got chosen for.
Right.
Or you could do basic and AIT, and then once you leave AIT, go back to school.
Right.
I chose basic, AIT, and then go back to school.
Okay.
So during basic it's 3 months, but they give you another option. So this is what I suggest for people who don't pass the ASVAB the first go around, because then you gotta wait 6 months to go take it again. I say do the ASVAB program. It's just in another 3 months onto basic.
Right.
So 6 months. The first 3 months, all you're doing is being in the classroom environment. They're teaching you math, teaching you reading comprehension. It's basically like high school.
Right.
You're back in high school for 3 months. Literally. Plus, they're teaching you what you will be doing in basic.
Right.
So you're already getting a 3 month advance on everybody else that's freshly joining basic.
Right.
That's what I did. I did the ASVAB program.
Right.
Because to be honest, first time I took the test, I fell asleep. I'm going to be honest with you. Once reading comprehension came, because reading comprehension, like you did in high school, they give you a paragraph to read.
Right.
And they say, all right, what did they try to explain in the paragraph? Not Army. They use like 3 paragraphs you need to read, and then like 10 questions related to those 3 paragraphs.
Right.
So I went to sleep halfway through the test, woke up, the timer was dinging. They said I got to come back 6 months. I said, nah, sign me up for the program.
Right.
But after the program, all you're basically doing with the test, more so, is after you've done the test, whatever you hire in with the scores of the test, they give you a list of different jobs the Army offers you.
So like what you qualify for, basically.
Basically, yeah, based off your knowledge and your physical aspect of it.
So that's why sometimes when you see like mechanics working on aircraft, or you see like other niggas that's what that
All
is.
of that is different. You'll never see somebody working on an aircraft then go and work on a vehicle.
Like, they would never. Oh, all right.
That would never happen.
What job you got?
I'm 91 Bravo, which is vehicle mechanic. Any vehicle I can work on.
Tough. Any vehicle?
Any Army vehicle.
Damn.
That drive on the road, that drive on the ground, I can work on. But like I said, you'll never see me working on a generator, or you'll never see me flying a plane or jumping out of a helicopter. You'll never see me doing that.
All right, let me see. Because my question is going to be more so like, I don't want to say unorthodox, but they might be a little off topic.
What's the little off topic?
You see anything? You kill anybody? Like I'm just curious, my nigga. You ain't gotta say who or where. I'm not. Look, I ain't asking no questions. Well, how did you ever get into any altercations that weren't like scripted or planned?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh.
You're with the alter. It's like once you sign that paper, there is no avoiding altercations.
Yeah.
There is no avoiding any of it. Whether you in the ASVAB program, basic, AIT, there's no avoiding any altercations. You can't go join in and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna hide in the background. No. Their whole job is to make you uncomfortable.
Huh.
They're trying to take you out the safe space to see how you react under pressure.
Right, yeah, so they see if you fit the material.
Like, what I definitely put me in like a tight spot where you gotta choose one option that you're comfortable with and then one option you're not comfortable with is they do this thing in the middle of the night. Soon as you sign up, because you know the first few days you're doing all your in process and getting your uniform, getting all your stuff. So your first few days, you will not sleep. I'm telling you, I was up for 72 hours when I first got there. Ooh. Throughout the night, the first night when you join, they testing you to see who's really got the discipline. It might be 2 o'clock in the morning, you're asleep. All of a sudden, the doors get kicked open. Drill sergeants running, shaking the beds, flashing lights on everybody, get up. And you got like 10 seconds to get dressed and get up. It's like quick pace, you gotta react. Right. It definitely tests you. Some people, whoever don't get up, they sign in your paperwork, you got 3 strikes. After them 3 strikes, you getting out the Army. You're not what they need.
Right.
Your reaction time's slow. You're not physically there. Your mental not there. And getting you out the Army. It's basically like, it's kind of like March Madness. First few rounds, they trying to see who really got what it takes to make it to the end. Mm-hmm. If you don't got it, you out of it. Next team, come on.
Right.
That's basically how the basic is. Breaking down the basics.
So if niggas do go to war with Iraq, you getting deployed? I'm just asking, bro. You gotta lay everything. I mean, shit.
That's the thing I can say. With deployments, you never know who's gonna get deployed.
That's good.
You never know who's getting deployed, cause it's up to your unit and your higher ups to choose who they want to deploy. Damn. You might get an email say, okay, this time in 2 years, report here. You're getting deployed to this location. You can't be like, nah, I'm not going.
2 years? So you just gotta sit with that for 2 years? Be
you
like,
gotta
damn.
Get yourself ready. Prepare your family. Prepare all your stuff.
Fuck,
what you
nigga,
need.
Jesus Christ. That shit crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, so, nigga be like 2 years, you go to fucking Korea.
Let's say you get an email. Fucking the closest U.S. base to Baghdad. What are you doing, my nigga? Like, bro.
Hey, once you sign that contract, you gotta be like, fuck, alright. And then you gotta get all your shit ready and go. Because once you decide...
Do they allow you to sign life insurance policies?
Oh, yes. Once you go on, your first day, they make sure you figure out all your life insurance policies.
Can I ask what your policy is, my nigga? How much you getting back? What is your family getting, bro?
My life insurance policy?
If I may.
You don't gotta,
I ain't gonna get an exact amount.
Yo, you could say like anywhere in a 90 to 1,000. I don't give a fuck.
No, I'm gonna say it's over 100,000.
Oh, okay. Oh, the 100,000.
Decent.
No,
is it like a lump sum?
That's not decent, nigga. That's nothing. No, I'm serious though. I work for Primerica. That's a life insurance company. You could secure somebody at least like 500 if they're not smoking, not drinking.
Yeah, but I mean, it's you're literally going into.
Oh yeah, true. I guess I do have to think.
But then
that is fucked up.
No, but then think about it. That's just the policy. Once they sign your name on the deployment, everything bumps up times 10.
Oh shit!
Because now that's a threat. That's
Right.
your life on the line.
Right.
Right now, that's just the basic life insurance policy. If you get injured during training.
Right. Yeah, true.
But once you get
Got
deployed,
okay,
everything bumps up.
Yeah, that makes. I was about to say, it's no way they damn. So like, damn, Tyron, damn,
100
no,
racks.
bro. Like, yeah, yo, there you go, just like a crib.
Right, barely covering
No.
funeral expenses.
Yeah, okay, that make more sense. I might say, definitely God bless you with like more than 5.
Yeah, it definitely
that's-
bumps up majorly.
I would expect it to too, cause nigga,
Once
that's
you get put in
on
that
the
position.
field. Nah, Baghdad, fuck that. I need a sturdy something. No, fuck that. That thumbnail, yep. Get that thumbnail. Hold on, let me see the focus. Yeah, there we go. All right. Oh, you go.
The 2014 thumbnail.
Yeah,
Facts,
hit niggas
bro.
with that, John, bro. Sub. Fuck, sub.